Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Jonathan.
And this is another episode of LeithCars.com's He Said.
As she said. Today we are reviewing the 2021 Volkswagen ID.4. All electric, all brand new. Can't wait to take a look.
Welcome to the ID.4. Let's do this.
Fantastic.
Before we go anywhere, Johnny.
Yes.
I like your branded mask.
Yeah, thanks. I look good in it, I think.
Did you know the CDC says if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks if you're...
I've heard that. I've been vaccinated.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right. Fantastic.
Let's go have some fun.
All right, here we go. So first of all, the Volkswagen has this badging on the front. It lights up and it looks super cool. So it's going down the road, you'll be able to say, hey, that is a new Volkswagen electric. The other cool feature of this is the real styling of the crease that goes down the side. This makes it sharp, it makes it look modern, electric. The other great thing about this is they have the roof rails on top, so you can load up some luggage, whatever you need to for a long trip, but it definitely gives you that option to store more luggage, etc. for your long trip.
So everything in this car, in the infotainment system, is a touch screen. Even like volume, you can swipe up, swipe down, swipe up to turn it down. Or you could just tap, right? But also, everything here is haptic, so you touch it and you can feel like vehicle comes up. It'll bring up all your vehicle information, the status of the car, where your mirrors, your exterior lights are, spins it around so you check out your easy open hatch. All of those things are shown here on the infotainment system. Like I said, it is all touchscreen, so you gotta make sure that you're careful, but you can also work it here on the steering wheel for safety. A lot of these things, especially the radio turning up and down, are on the steering wheel so that you don't take your eyes off the road. Speaking of taking your eyes off the road, in this car and in two other Volkswagen models, the Atlas and the Atlas Cross Sport, both of them have what they call emergency assist. So if you are driving along and let's say you fall asleep and your hands fall off the wheel, this car will know after like a second if you don't have your hands on the wheel. It will start flashing the horn, it'll start braking, jerking, and if you don't respond to put your hands on the wheel, it will automatically go into what they call emergency assist. That means that it swerves a little, it puts on your flashers, and then it pulls over to the side of the road to stop so that you aren't hurt. Isn't that cool?
The ID.4 is all about personal convenience. You can set up the center console basically how you want. Right now I've got the cup holders right here, but if I wanted to, I can lift these up. Very simple. I've got these partitions down here. I can slide them in up here. And then, hey, I'm going with the cup holder down here in the bottom part of the compartment here. As far as the ride, it's
pretty smooth.
You've got to it's a great ride. It's smooth, very comfortable. It's just getting used to not hearing anything and, oh yeah, the car's on, and just the little things that you've been doing all your life with the gasoline engine.
Right, so when we first got in, I asked the guys at Volkswagen Raleigh, I said, well, how do I turn it on? And they were like, it's on, dummy.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like, oh. I didn't touch anything, I just got in with the keys and it was on.
Right, yeah, because it's the way it works is you got the key fob in your pocket, and then once you sit down in the seat, it turns on.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, it's coordinated to the seat and the key fob, to make it turn on. We also have the cell phone little compartment here. It's made out of rubber, so it doesn't slide, and it's wireless charging. So boom, set it in there, and you're charging and ready to go.
So Jonathan and I have talked about the gauge cluster here on the Volkswagen ID.4. Sometimes when you adjust your steering wheel and it comes down and you think, oh, now I can't see the gauge cluster. This gauge cluster goes with the steering wheel, they're attached. So if you go up, it comes up with you. If you go down, it goes down with you too.
You've really got to appreciate the thought that Volkswagen put into this car. Little details that make all the difference. First of all, you've got a lot of room back here in the back seat. Your legs don't touch the back. The other thing that is nice is they got a little pouch here that you can put your cell phone in. Super handy.
The ID.4 that we're driving today is the well-equipped first edition vehicle. This one's retailing for about $45,000, but first edition sadly has sold out in just 8 hours. This ID.4 and the current ones that are out now are rear-wheel drive, but there is an all-wheel drive version coming later this year when you get to the base model. The Pro, that's the trim level, the base trim, that will get about 260 miles to the tank, so to speak, of battery. But the Pro S and the first edition get $250. Still though, you're only ever within 150 miles on the interstate of an Electrify America charger, or you can just use the regular level 2 charger that comes with this and you can plug in anywhere across the triangle. So I had a lot of favorite features in this car, and I will say, after driving it, my range anxiety has dissipated quite a bit. I'm not nearly as worried as I was about charging because now I know I can go anywhere and get a charge. But what I also really love is that there's a lot of room in the back. It's not a tiny little compact electric car. There's a lot of room, especially that whole pull-out section where I can just put my dogs in the back, or all my groceries, or all my junk, or 15 bags of mulch for my yard, put the seats down, and I know there's always enough room in the ID.4. What about you, Johnny?
Yeah, so what I like is the thought that Volkswagen put into this car. Little details so it makes it more convenient, easier for you while you're driving down the road. Like the little compartment for your cell phone. Rubberized so it doesn't slide around, wireless charging. I can manipulate the cup holder so I can put it up or back to fit my needs. But just a great ride, smooth ride, quiet ride, and it's got some pickup.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of LeithCars.com's He Said,
She Said.
We'll see you next time.